Hey everybody, Courtney here, aka the OKish Trail Runner. Today we are talking about how to use AI tools to build a ultra marathon training plan. Is that a good idea? How could you make it a good idea? I'm going to cover all the basics with you. I'm going to show you a few examples of what happens if you prompt these tools with something super simple and basic. I'm going to show you what to watch out for in the results, some pitfalls, some errors, some things that these tools may give you that are just flat out bad advice. And then I'm going to show you how to fix it. I'm going to show you how to prompt these tools properly so you could actually get a really accurate and helpful training plan for your ultramarathon. I'm also going to compare a couple different tools just so you could see how different algorithms or LLMs respond and give you different results based on your prompts. So I really hope that you find this video helpful. I hope that it helps you if you're looking to build your own training plan and it gets you something that's really safe and effective for your races this year. Follow along for more. Hey everybody, so we're going to start with one example using Google Gemini to create a ultra training plan. I'm going to walk you through this live and give you some feedback on what Gemini comes up with, and then we're going to switch over to ChatGPT and see what ChatGPT comes up with just to compare the two tools. So I'm going to prompt Gemini, and I have a tool called Willow to do this via voice. So I'm going to do a voice prompt. Really simple, pretending like I'm a super beginner, and then let's see what Gemini comes back with. Hi there, I'm a beginner ultra runner. I would like to run a 50K in spring. Can you build me a training plan? So let's see. Okay, good. So first, Gemini is asking about my running experience, when is the race, how many days a week I could dedicate, and what is my access to trails? These are actually really good questions. Some of them that I would ask a beginner. I see here it's giving a 16-week plan, which my opinion is maybe a little bit short depending on your experience level, just as an example. So let me prompt it with some additional details. My current running experience. I've been running for a while, but I'm recovering from an injury. So I'm running about 25 miles a week. The longest run that I have run is 10 miles. It's right there. My 50K race is at the end of April, although I don't know the exact date. I can dedicate 5 to 6 days a week to running, so I'd prefer to integrate some cross training to consider my injury. I do have easy access to trails. All right, so let's give that prompt. Okay, 25 miles a week, let's see. Perfect 22-week window starting now. I love that. I do love the fact that it's giving us a 22-week beginner 50K training plan. Just a note, I think it was really important that I prompted Gemini with the fact that I was a beginner. Otherwise, you might get a very different training plan. So I think, giving as much detail as possible in these prompts. Now you see the questions that these tools are going to ask. If you could come in with those items up front, telling them a little bit more about you will definitely help improve the accuracy of these plans. Okay, so let's see. It says this plan emphasizes, I like this, back-to-back long runs. Weekly structure. So this is 5 days with 1 day of cross training and 1 day of rest. Okay, so things that you always want to look for here. You always want to look for a rest day, typically on a Monday. That's a good thing. Tuesday is speed day. That's perfect. That's what I would typically coach. Although, of course, where this falls short or what you might want to prompt on next is to ask Gemini to give you examples of speed workouts, again, and tie those to your fitness level. So I could do an example prompt with that after this, but that's one thing I would note is that this is not a lot of guidance. Wednesday, an easy run. I would actually call that a recovery run after the speed day. You want this to be super, super easy. So I would prefer that they specified this be in zone 2, but not bad. Thursday, a cross training day. I like that. I like that it generally recommends 45 to 60 minutes. Again, when it comes to integrating cross training into an ultramarathon training plan, there are a lot of caveats to how you could do this to effectively replace a run from an aerobic standpoint. So as a coach, I would go into a lot more detail, but again, generally nothing wrong with that. The Friday easy hill run is a little bit strange in that I guess this is suggesting hill strides, but again, this is a piece that's a little bit questionable being on a Friday, which is right before your long run. So I might suggest as a coach to put a couple of hill strides at the end of your long run, or to focus your speed day on Tuesday on hills. Anyways, we do have a back-to-back here, shorter. They're not very prescriptive here. It is true this is the secret to running ultras, but I would like them to at least give maybe a recommendation for time on feet, like, hey, run for an hour super easy on Sundays or go on a hike. So again, a little bit more detail would be helpful. So here we have it broken down into phases, which I like. So it's giving you a target weekly mileage and kind of your goal and long run progression. The thing that I'm not seeing in this plan is recommendations on when to insert a down week. So one thing that's just super important for you to know as an ultra runner is that about once every 3 weeks, you want to take a break from building your mileage. So I'm not seeing that recommendation in here. So that makes me just a little bit concerned. The total weekly mileage as you peak out at 40 to 50 miles, that's okay. It might be even a little bit on the high end for a complete beginner, knowing that, at the bottom end to finish a 50K, so long as you're running, let's say 35 miles a week, you'd actually be okay to finish. That is at the bottom end. So this might be a little bit aggressive, but overall, I don't have too many issues with it. I see the max long run length here, 22 miles. It's actually longer than what I would recommend. This is where you have to be really careful with some of these plans that, these AI tools come up with. I've seen some plans come out with this number getting really, really big, right? They don't understand per se that it's actually unsafe for humans to run over 4 hours in a single session or over 20 miles. Again, this just leads to increased recovery time, which can impact the rest of your training, lead to overtraining syndrome, or running over that 20-mile mark also can put you at a risk for injury. So again, that's one thing I would watch out for, or again, prompt the tool proactively to say, I do not want my long run to go over 20 miles a given week. That's how I would fix this. Okay, I do see we have a taper in the last few weeks. This is an appropriate taper. And, again, I'd like them to be a little bit more prescriptive, but I think this is the high-level overview, so very helpful. I like this detailed week. Again, it's kind of similar to what we went through before. I like that they're recommending a trail run specifically. Let's see, injury prevention tips. I like that. So let me just try one final thing to wrap up this video. Can you give me an example of speed workouts for the entire plan? Let's see what it comes up with. I'm just interested to see what they actually, how they progress this. So this is a good progression. Let's see. This is in phase 1. Steady, easy run, a tempo, a fartlek. Okay, so they're mixing it up a little bit. Again, if I was coaching them, I see we have intervals here in the second phase. This is a little bit scattered. Following best practice in coaching theory, you really want to start with a VO2 block. So focusing more on intervals, shorter intervals at the very start of the plan, is that's least specific as it relates to your race. And then you move into a tempo block for about 4 weeks, which would be in this kind of phase 2 here. And then as we get into phase 3, I would put them doing hill workouts specifically, right? So really focusing in on that specificity as we get closer to race day. So I don't think that Gemini here has done the best job at building out a speed work plan that's really specific to ultras. So again, you might just need to prompt to get to that level of detail. So overall, key impressions, if you absolutely don't know anything about ultra running, you could get yourself into maybe a few sticky situations with these training plans, but overall, these tools do a pretty good job so long as you're providing them with absolutely a ton of detail up front. And if you see something that looks funky, again, you kind of have to know what you're looking for, but anything that looks out of line, like crazy long runs on the weekends, or skipping a rest day, or doing the same speed workout every single week, week over week, try to prompt it to get it to give you something that looks and feels a little bit more accurate. But overall, this is how you would go through the process of prompting Gemini. I'm going to go over now and do a little comparison over on ChatGPT just to compare the results quickly. All right, here we are over in ChatGPT just to do a very quick comparison to see what ChatGPT gives for a 50K training plan if I prompt it in exactly the same way as I did over in Gemini, and we'll compare it to the results. So here we are. I want to say, hi there. I am a beginner ultra runner and I would like to run a 50K in spring. Can you build a training plan for me? All right, let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Okay, so we hear that ChatGPT is also acknowledged a beginner friendly they are doing a 16-week training plan. It's now like ChatGPT is taking a few liberties. It's assuming that I'm running 15 to 20 miles per week and comfortable running up to 8 miles on a long run. It says if that's not the case, I can adjust it. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is that I have used a very similar prompt before with ChatGPT, and it has come back with different questions. So something to be mindful of is that, you may not get the exact same response that I'm getting if you go and try this yourself, but at least you could see, generally speaking, what kind of information you need to prompt these tools with in order for you to get a good training plan. So let's see what ChatGPT has come up with. Guiding principles, 3 to 4 runs per week. Okay, I don't mind that, particularly for somebody like me who's been a little bit injury prone. If I was coaching somebody that wasn't injury prone, I might be suggesting 5, maybe even 6 runs a week. But I personally love cross training, so I don't mind that suggestion. 1 weekly long run, good. Back-to-backs, perfect. I do like that ChatGPT has acknowledged strength training. That's something that if I was to go back to Gemini, I might ask for suggestions for strength training routines as well, focusing on any areas that I know are of concern. For instance, if I know my calves are a little bit weak or I'm having Achilles issues, I might ask for recommendations. However, ultimately, I would highly suggest you work with a qualified physical therapist who could actually do a physical evaluation versus trusting an AI tool for things like that. But nonetheless, if you want some ideas, you're welcome to prompt here. Interesting that ChatGPT has taken the liberties of throwing around some terminology. So you can see here, RPE is rate of perceived exertion. That means how hard does the run feel to you? I don't love that they're throwing in that terminology for somebody who's a beginner, but I know what it means. And certainly, this is kind of accurate. I might even suggest some runs lower than a 3, down at a 2, but not a horrible or inaccurate recommendation. Weekly structure. Okay, interesting. They're doing speed work on a Thursday. That's not typical. Usually you would see speed work on a Tuesday or Wednesday, but nonetheless, nothing incredibly wrong with that. And I see Saturday, and then they're recommending possible cross training on Sunday, which, again, from a purist perspective, the real secret to ultra running is this back-to-back long run followed by a second run. So I would say right now, ChatGPT isn't giving results that are as great as Gemini, just based on, this recommendation here is showing me maybe they don't understand as much about ultra training. The other thing that I would critique about this plan from ChatGPT is that it did not ask me about the elevation gain or profile or how technical the trail race is going to be. Again, if you're dealing with a tool and it doesn't ask you what the profile of your race would be, I absolutely would recommend providing those details up front. Okay, so this is the 16-week plan. Again, I think 16 weeks just a little bit short for a beginner. So I would recommend looking for something that's going to be a 20-week plan, and you could probably ask the tool to provide that for you. Let's see here. Saturday, we're starting at 6 miles. So this is very beginner friendly. I like the gradual build here. And the fact you do see, even though they didn't explicitly say it earlier on, that there's a down week here where you have kind of this progression and build, and then we take a down week. So nothing wrong with that. This jump from 6 to 8 miles, maybe just a little bit aggressive. Generally speaking, you always want to watch for these plans that you're not increasing any given run, let's say more than a mile, 2 miles tops, week over week. It should be no more than a 10% increase in running volume. Otherwise, you're looking at injury risk. So that's just another thing to look for, this kind of steady progression and then a down week. And I like this. So again, we're following 4-week blocks. I actually like this format just a little bit better. I see they've excluded Mondays. That's assumed to be an off day. I guess Fridays are off days as well here. Saturday long runs are still progressing nicely, as well as Sundays, so I like that. I like that they've called out this is your peak training phase. It's kind of following block training. I like this progression here. Let's see, we go from 14, 16, 18, 20. Yeah, certainly nothing wrong with that. And then a down week. All the mileage here looks good. Again, they're the suggestions for speed work being once every 3 weeks. I'm not sure where they're getting that from. So that's kind of an oddity that I might question here. This I don't like. I'm going to say again, because of what I mentioned before, the fact that they have your longest run being only 4 miles shorter than your ultra, that is absolutely a red flag you want to look out for every single time with these training plans. You do not want to be running over 20 miles in a single run. It does not matter if you're training for a 50K, a 100 miler, or even a 250 miler. Again, there's a lot of science that backs that up. So if you're seeing this in these AI generated plans, just prompt the tool and ask it to cap the long run at 20 miles. Okay, so let's see here. We've got a taper. They're tapering starting 1 week out. Okay. It seems they jump right to race week. So I would say that we're missing what I would consider to be an appropriately length taper. I would want this week 14, given this is a 16-week plan here, to be a taper week. So I would absolutely cut this out, put this 14-mile run up here, have another week of taper, and then race week. So that's another thing. You always want to be looking for at least a 2-week taper running into these races. So overall, I mean, this is very generic kind of stuff. You know, I like that there's some fueling tips here. I do like that here at the very end, it's asking for a little bit more detail. Look, overall, I liked the Gemini plan a little bit better. I actually prefer Claude by Anthropic as a tool overall. I won't go into another example, as I believe this video is quite lengthy already, but I think you get the general idea that if you want these plans to work for you, just that you have to prompt, and you have to prompt really accurately and give them a lot of detail. All right, so I'd like to give you just a quick summary of everything that we just went over to help you use these tools to build a really great training plan for yourself. So first, as you could see, you need to be really detailed when you prompt these tools. So first, definitely start with all of the background about you as a runner, even things that you think might be over the top, like when did you start running? Have you ever had an injury? What days of the week do you prefer to run? Have you ever run an ultra before? If not, have you run a 5K? What's your current longest weekly run? What's your total weekly running volume today? If you've taken time off, how long? Again, just this laundry list of details. Imagine that you're sitting in a doctor's office and the doctor's asking you all these questions about your running history and your experience level. That's how you want to prompt these tools, right? Give them all the information that they need. Then in addition to that, tell them the specifics about the race, and if you can, even provide a link, right? These tools can actually look online to find information on the races, as you saw in my examples. So, and if the tool can't find your race, you could find it and feed it in. So say, hey, like this race is in the mountains, it's at altitude, and it's gonna have 13,000 feet of climbing. Give the tool all that information just so it gives you really good results. Finally, if you are seeing something kind of funky or something seems off, just ask the tool to correct it. Say, hey, I don't want to do my long run on Saturdays. I want to do my long run on Sundays. I think people find it, a little bit uncomfortable to ask questions or to correct the AI tools, but believe me, you could do this prompt for a half an hour until you get the plan in the format that you want. And again, also try different tools. Compare ChatGPT to Gemini to Claude. Claude is my personal favorite, by the way. But look, all these tools can give you different results. You can compare them and see what you like the most. I hope you found this really, really helpful. Again, to all the coaches out there, I promise I'm not trying to take you out of business, because to all the runners, this is ultimately just a piece of paper, right? How you're going to feel week over week when you're training for your race is something that honestly can be best guided by a coach. And a coach obviously can provide a level of customization and care to your plan that an AI tool cannot. So as a coach personally, highly encourage you, if you want something super custom, to still consider working with a coach. But it's not a bad idea to generate a plan like this and just use it as a guiding tool. So I hope that you all found this super helpful. Happy prompting and happy racing. See you soon.